Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We've got another question that we're going to ask of ChatGPT. It's something that's come up a lot. I'll see people arguing online. Someone will say, "Well, I used the acronym PEDMAS," and somebody will say, "No, it's PEMDAS," or somebody will say, "No, it's not PEMDAS, it's BODMAS." Then we're talking about the order of operations convention. We're talking about the different acronyms that people use to describe and solve problems. And what I see is a lot of people will get into arguments between the different acronyms as if they were different. And of course they're not. But I'm just trying to show people that, you know what, when you get into these situations, somebody brings this up, you could ask ChatGPT. If you don't happen to have a textbook or a math teacher nearby to talk to. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT. So my question is, do the order of operations, I didn't spell acronyms right. Acronyms, PEMDAS and BODMAS and BEDMAS and BIDMAS give different answers. Now before I hit the enter sign, I want to say PEMDAS is the acronym most used in North America. It stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. BODMAS I know is used a lot in the UK. That stands for brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. And you've also got a couple other variations. There's BEDMAS, which is just brackets, exponents. The rest is the same. And then BIDMAS, where you have brackets, and they call it indices. Indices. So instead of exponents or orders, they call them indices. And basically, whether you're talking exponents, orders, indices, what that category includes is really anything that's shorthand for repeated addition. So I actually kind of like the word orders better. I guess indices is probably also a more general term. When we use exponents and PEMDAS, there's really more to it than just exponents or powers. There's things like factorials. Well, I'm not going to get into those here. Factorials, square roots. That category really represents anything that's shorthand for repeated addition. Repeated multiplication, I'm sorry. It's a category for repeated multiplication. But anyhow, we're going to ask ChatGPT about these acronyms and see what we get. Oh, look at this, guys. Exactly the way that I thought it was, or actually the way I know it is. No, the order of operations acronyms, PEMDAS, BODMAS, BEDMAS, and BIDMAS, all give the same answers when applied to mathematical expressions. They simply represent the same set of rules for the order in which mathematical operations should be performed. Though the acronyms vary slightly depending on regional preferences, and here's a breakdown of each acronym, which I kind of did, but we'll read through it anyway. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, and division, remember, from left to right, and then addition and subtraction from left to right. Multiplication and division have equal precedence. Addition and subtraction have equal precedence. That's why the order of the letters does not matter. With BODMAS, you've got brackets, orders, which includes exponents like powers and roots. Excellent. Division and multiplication, again, from left to right, because they're the same. And then addition and subtraction from left to right. And BEDMAS is brackets, exponents, division, and multiplication from left to right. Addition and subtraction from left to right. And then you've got BIDMAS. Just as I said, brackets, indices, which is another term for exponents, division and multiplication, and so on. So you can see that all of these represent the same general order of operations. There's really just 4 steps. A lot of people get hung up on these acronyms because they're 6 letters, and they assume that they're a 6-letter checklist, and they're not. There's really only 4 steps. Number 1, you perform calculations inside of brackets or parentheses first. Brackets is just another name used like in the UK for BODMAS. So it's brackets or parentheses. And again, it's inside. I'm not going to get into things like implicit multiplication here. A lot of people get confused and they think that the brackets or parentheses steps also includes implicit multiplication outside of the brackets or parentheses. And that is not true. That's not part. If you look at the strict definitions of these acronyms, implicit multiplication is not given higher precedence. And again, I'm going a little bit off topic because there is a different convention that has some historical context where, and when I mean implicit multiplication, I mean where you have a number outside of a parenthesis without a multiplication symbol. There has been historical context for giving that higher precedence than explicit multiplication. Explicit multiplication would be where you would have a multiplication symbol. I've got more detail on that, so I don't want to go too far into it, but just be aware of it. Number 2, calculate any exponents or orders, such as powers and roots, and also factorials are in there. Number 3, you would perform multiplication and division moving from left to right. It does not mean multiplication is solved before division. There's nothing that says division must be solved before multiplication. You're strictly going left to right, and whichever one you hit first, that's the one you do. And there's no distinction here between implicit and explicit as far as the definitions, the strict definitions here. Number 4, finally, do addition and subtraction again from left to right. So it says, thus, no matter what acronym you use, the order in which operations are carried out remains the same, and you'll arrive at the same result. So hopefully that clears that up. It's a common argument that I'll see online where people just get in this back and forth over which acronym is right. Guess what? They're all right because they all give you the same answer. The critical thing is you need to understand what they mean and how they work. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hey, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Leave me some comments. Let me know if there's some things that you want more information on. I won't just rely on ChatGPT. I do have plenty of other resources. So I'm just doing this to show you some of the value that you can get from it. And this is just the free version. I'm not even paying for this. You get a certain number of queries. I'm not sure what those are, but you can definitely give it a try. And there is a paid version where you can get more info, but for right now, we'll play around with this. But I do hope everybody's having a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.